Three more people arrested in connection with the VBS mutual bank scandal have been granted bail. The former employees of the Fetakgomo Greater Tubatse Municipality, this is in Limpopo, and a businessman, they were arrested at their homes in Pretoria yesterday. They face charges relating to the alleged irregular investment of 230 million rand of the municipality's money into the now defunct bank. For the latest, let's speak to our reporter Tshegohaco Moagi, who is following this story. Tshegohaco, so bail granted. What happens next?
Well, Kholi, good morning. So next up then it means that they will be appearing in court, in this very same court here in Pretoria, the Specialized Commercial Crime Court in Pretoria, on the 1st of March of 2022. This, of course, due to other investigations that the NPA needs to do, that the state needs to conduct. However, just to give a better understanding as to what actually took place in court today, we understand accused number 1 and 2, as you've mentioned, those two are from that municipality. However, interestingly enough, accused number 1, who is Johannes Musala, he is an administrator for the Basic Education Department. Meanwhile, accused number 3, he is a businessman. So accused number 2 has been charged with a Schedule 5 offense. His charges are contravening the Municipal Finance Act, together with money laundering and 5 counts of corruption, while accused number 1 and 3, they have been charged with contravening the Municipal Finance Management Act, and accused number 3, money laundering. So that's just the charges that these 3 are now facing. But as I mentioned, Kholi, accused number 1, Johannes Musala, he is the administrator in the Northwest for the Department of Basic Education. And to give us more details then about what happens in this situation with the education system in the Northwest, I am joined by the Basic Education spokesperson, Elijah Mhlanga. Elijah, thank you so much for your time. Let's start off with, so now he's been arrested, he's been granted bail, Johannes Musala. He is the administrator for the Basic Education Department in the Northwest. What now happens to that position and to the services in the basic education sector in that province?
Well, good afternoon. Well, let's start from yesterday. We were surprised because when he was appointed, there were no allegations of this nature or of any sort against him or an investigation. So he was appointed on the basis of the work that was done to do a check on him. That's how we got to be in the position of administrator as part of an intervention by national government in the Northwest when 5 departments were placed under administration there. So he is representing the department in the Northwest. So this arrest, well, it will affect his work somewhat because he will also need to focus on defending himself in this matter. But he was not working alone. He was working with a team from DBE, but also in the Northwest, the HOD is there. So he was just the administrator working collaboratively with the team. So the minister, upon her return from France, in Paris at UNESCO, she will have to consider the matter and take appropriate action and see the matter from there.
So at the moment, no discussions have been made around whether there will be a new administrator, whether the HOD could possibly just head up that department in the interim? Well,
it is the minister who appoints the administrator, and the minister is not in the country at the moment. She also received the news of the arrest yesterday, and I guess she's currently pondering over the matter in terms of what needs to be done next. And we expect that when she arrives in the next 24 hours, she will be able to guide the sector in terms of what needs to happen regarding the Northwest intervention in particular, in the light of the arrest that has taken place.
All right, and this obviously does throw a bit of a spanner in the works, or are you confident that the HOD will be able to, in the interim right now, while this matter is in the courts, be able to continue the work that needs to be done in that province?
Well, the requirements of a Section 100B in terms of the administration that the Northwest Education Department is under, there has to be an administrator. So there has to be someone who represents the national department responsible for that provincial department. So in this case, the minister had appointed Mr. Musala as administrator. So when she returns, she will then have to determine what happens next. We also need to be clear that he's not guilty yet. It's just an investigation. He's out on bail. You will also need to think about what he needs to do in this case, so that when they have a conversation with the minister, they agree on something that is also based in terms of the law.
All right, thank you so much, Elijah Mhlanga. He's the spokesperson for the Basic Education Department. And Xoli, just the clarity there, of course, is that Johannes Mosala, accused number one, he's the administrator for that department, for the Basic Education Department in the Northwest. And the minister, as we now heard, upon her arrival back into the country, she will then have to ponder on the way forward for that province and the Basic Education Department in that province. Xoli?
Very interesting turn of events there. Tshegohaco Moagi, thank you very much for the time being.